Star Wars geek girls. They're geek girls that like Star Wars. And sometimes cry.
Hi, I'm Zoe from Star Wars Geek Girl, and I'm here with Lizzy.
Hi.
So
I'm sick.
Yeah. But not quarantined.
No, I am not. So, but I'm trying to keep to myself in my room just in case. But I don't have it, and I don't have any symptoms of it except like a cold, and that's it. So, anyway.
I had a cold last Monday, and I said something to one person like, "Oh my gosh, you should go to the hospital." And I was like, "I'm just sneezing. It's okay."
Yeah, I don't have a fever yet. Or not yet, but I don't have a fever.
Yeah.
So and that's the big thing, and I think it's cold symptoms, a fever, and a dry cough. But I do not have a dry cough. It is disgusting. Anyway.
Yeah. So.
But we should start making more podcasts.
Yeah. No, we don't have an excuse anymore.
Yeah, because school is closed.
I know. I have to move home. I have pretty much I had to take all the Star Wars stuff down from my walls and put it in a box. Actually, in many boxes. Yeah. I have many boxes.
Do you change dorms every year or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can if you try to get the same room over and over again. I guess you could. But I'm moving to a different building next year.
Okay.
But yeah. So.
Because I was if you're just gonna come back,
No, you gotta be out.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, so, I mean, you can stay over the summer if you take summer classes, but that's expensive. And also, they're, really kicking us out, for real.
Yeah.
But they're giving us partial refunds for all the days that we were not here, which is great, because a lot of universities aren't doing that. So, shout out to Temple for giving us our money back.
That's good.
Yeah. So.
See, I won't do that.
Yeah, so now we'll be home.
Matter. I'm not there yet.
I'll be taking online classes and watching extra Star Wars and stuff and getting to work on projects or procrastinating working on projects. So yeah, that'll be life. We'll podcast more.
What am I gonna do? Yes, podcast more. I also have online classes, and they're gonna treat it like a school day. Mm-hmm. So I have to be on the computer looking at it at 8:30 or whatever the class starts at. I hate that, but it's okay. And then because I hate, not that I hate being on my computer, but I'd rather be in class.
Yeah.
But oh well. And it's not funny, but it was kind of really funny because our teachers kept saying we're not going to shut down. It's fine. We're cool. We're good. We're strong. And our deans were yeah, we're good. We're not going to shut down anytime soon and blah, blah, blah. And then all my teachers were see you Monday. And then Friday, Axel gets Axel school messages my dad hey, we're no longer doing that. We're online now. And then an hour later, my school messages my dad, and it's nope, we're not doing that either. We're going to be online.
Yeah, my school, I was in one of my classes on Wednesday. We were talking about how, no, we're definitely, not going to close down. And then, a couple hours later.
Yeah.
So it was, some of my teachers or my professors just canceled class for the rest of that week, even though it was our last week of person classes. But then all the professors that didn't cancel just had to deal with everyone being crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We got this. It's cool. It's cool.
I'm gonna self-quarantine with my Oreos and all the toilet paper. But like, why toilet paper? Like,
Well, okay, hold on.
I know
So,
people need toilet paper, but like, why do you need so much?
I have no idea. Like, that's what's more important right now, I guess.
Like, what about like food? Like, why aren't like if people are really stockpiling? Why aren't there like canned food shortages? You know?
Well, I mean, there is now, but
Is there? I've just seen toilet paper, but like all the canned food is fine. I don't know.
well, my dad went to the store a couple times because it's kind of okay. Here's the thing with my dad. So I kept telling him, like, when the whole virus started, I was like, hey, maybe we should like get some stuff just in case of something. And my dad was like, nah, people always freak out over nothing. And I was like, and he was like, you're one of those people with toilet paper. I was like, no, I'm like kind of worried. And then I sent a message to my mom because I was like, if you're not going to listen to me, mom is going to listen to me. And then she did, and I was happy. And then she told my dad, she was like, go get stuff. And my dad was like, okay. And then everything went bad, like it started getting serious. It was in the US, and it started like it's in LA and stuff like that. And I was like, see, aren't you guys glad you have me? Like, I had him get like canned soups and stuff and ramens, lots of top ramen. I don't think he got water bottles, but there shouldn't be, like, they shouldn't cut off the water supply. So I think we're okay.
Yeah, well, I've seen a lot of news where like certain water companies are even like if someone isn't paying, still giving them water because they can't work because of this. But yeah, I think we only have there's like a couple cases in Philly. One of them was actually on my campus, so that's really cool. Well, because we have a campus in Rome, and they came back from Rome, and Italy isn't great right now.
Yeah.
Which, sorry if you're in Italy listening to this, like.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, man. Yeah, so that's cool. I'm self-quarantining by accident because I've just been packing all my stuff all day and not going out.
Yeah, I haven't gone out, and it's so stupid because now all of a sudden I'm like, I wanna go outside. All of a sudden I'm like, I want to take out a walk.
It finally got nice here, and I actually want to go outside and chill. And now,
yeah.
Oh well. All right, Star Wars time.
Star Wars time?
Yes.
Okay.
Because now that we're all being sent home, no one has an excuse to not watch all the Star Wars because they're on Disney Plus.
Yeah. Okay, I was messing with this buckle for a name tag or a tag thing for your luggage, and now it's broken.
Good job.
Thank you. Okay. So wait, didn't they release Rise of Skywalker early?
Yeah, they did, and they did Frozen 2 early too, so that was cool of them. Yeah.
So
I'll probably
everyone's
watch
like,
it.
Nintendo, release Animal Crossing now. But, there's Frozen 2, and then...
I don't know. Yeah, I haven't watched... I do want to watch Frozen 2, but I definitely want to rewatch Rise of Skywalker. I haven't done it yet.
Rise of Skywalker's not on Disney Plus yet.
Oh, is it? It's just on digital renting? Or...
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll wait till it's on Disney Plus, because I'm lazy.
Me too.
But,
So don't want to be going to stores right now.
Yeah, so... Hi, sirens.
Yikes.
So Star Wars. We haven't actually gotten a chance to really talk about The Mandalorian, like all of it.
Yeah.
Same with Resistance, and also Clone Wars Saved started up, which, if you didn't know that, how?
How and why?
What's wrong with you, first of all? So, we'll start with Resistance, because Resistance started first. Mandalorian, which actually, that was a nice period of time there when Resistance and The Mandalorian were airing at the same time. It's like double Star Wars shows. But then, of course, people were just talking about The Mandalorian so much, no one talked about Resistance, which was sad.
Yeah.
We're here to do it justice. So, Resistance. Good.
Resistance.
It
Was very good.
I'm sad. I wish it got another season, but
yeah, and I wish he went to Batu.
I wish they could have
wanted
Marathi.
Yeah, I wanted the best spy to meet the worst spy and exchange stories.
Or just
so good.
just like 10 seconds, just to have Vi just look at Kaz and be like, "Oh God, the Resistance is falling apart." Like, you know. But it was still very good. Tam got to come. I mean, spoilers, I guess, for Resistance. It ended like
a while
a
ago.
month ago, 2 months ago. So if you care, you've probably seen it already.
Yeah.
And season 2 is all on Disney Plus now, I think. So you don't have to deal with the Disney Now app anymore. I think.
No more.
I just remember when they announced Disney Plus, like when I was still trying to watch. I think maybe I was watching. I think it was Resistance season 1. I was trying to watch it on Disney Now, and I was like, if Disney Plus is anything like this app.
Thank God it's not.
I know Disney Plus is great. But yeah. So Resistance good. Tam got to come home. Niku, the best always, of course.
Yes, I miss my Niku.
I just hope that they don't just like forget about the Resistance characters, you know, and just kind of.
I don't think so.
Like I hope we get like them doing stuff. Like with with Rebels, we have like Hera showing up in a lot of places and stuff, and like at least like acknowledgement more of the Ghost Crew and everything. And so far, I don't feel like we've got that as much with Resistance. Like they had 3 Resistance fighters in the Rise of Skywalker, they said, but like that doesn't count. You can't see them. Anyone who's like, "Oh, I saw the fireball," is lying. You can't see them; they're too small.
Yeah. You just know they're there.
Yeah, like they told us they're there, and they showed us the ship models, which is cool to see them like the realistic version. But like anyone who's like, "Yeah, I saw them when I watched the movie," it's like, "No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Don't lie to me."
Liar.
So yeah, that's my main thing. I just want to hope to see more stuff like that. I think Tam getting to meet like motorcycles. I think
See, now you know my pain.
One time I was walking down Broad Street in Philly, which I guess that means nothing to you, but like East Coast people who've been to Philly, you know. I was walking down Broad Street and this guy came flying down on a motorcycle dressed as the Joaquin Phoenix Joker. Like makeup and all, hair, green hair.
I don't know what that is.
Like in the Joker movie. Like that version of Joker. But have you seen like, you know what that version of Joker looks like, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well,
he had like
what
the
is
suit.
it? Wait.
It's Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. Just look up the Joker movie. Anyway, he was dressed up like that, like hair, makeup, suit, all of it, just flying down on a motorcycle, like doing loops.
Okay, all red.
Yes, and I was just like, why, sir? Yeah, anyway, motorcycles are gone. But yeah, Resistance, I just hope, what was I saying? Oh, I hope Tam gets to meet, like, Finn and Janna and that, like, her stormtrooper, or ex-stormtrooper crew.
Yeah.
That'd be cool, you know? Because it would be interesting, because, like, they're going to be like, why did you join the First Order willingly? What is wrong with you? And she's like, I'm sorry. Yeah. I just think, and also, Kaz can be proved wrong about the Force by Rey, and I think that would be really funny. I think he'd say something dumb, and Rey would just like casually start lifting rocks or something,
or just like her
throw him.
Existence will just make him believe.
I just want her to like, he'll say something dumb about the Force and not knowing, and then she'll just like throw him against a wall, and he's like, okay, got you. All right.
Motorcycles.
Oh my god, there's so many. Yeah, but that's, I do want the Resistance, like Team Fireball and the Aces to like meet up with like the sequel squad. You know.
Echo's crying. Stop it.
Echo's crying because he wants the Resistance people to meet up with the sequel squad.
Right, Echo? Cries more.
But
Me too, Echo.
yeah. So yeah, Resistance good.
The resistance.
Characters good.
And it's all done.
Everything
and
good.
it's
I
sad.
want more.
I know, Echo. You can keep crying.
I want Kaz's jacket.
You want his jacket? Yeah.
His jacket.
His jacket is cool.
And I want, I just want, like, a Her Universe Resistance line of clothes. I'm still holding out hope we'll get something. Because they make such cool stuff for everything.
Yeah, they did it for Birds of Paradise, which I haven't seen, but I heard was good.
Birds
for
of Prey?
a DC movie. Birds of Prey? What did I say?
You said Birds of Paradise.
Oh, same thing. That's what it's based off
really?
of.
No, it's based off of Birds of Prey. The comic.
Oh, well, I don't know.
Oh no, says Lizzie has gone away. Is it still going? Okay.
Zoe!
Are you back? It says you went away.
Hi!
Hi.
I thought you were just being quiet in my stupidity of not knowing DC Comics.
No. No, yeah. No, Birds of Prey, yeah. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard it's really good, and I want to see it, but I do wish it would have been Gotham City Sirens instead of Birds of Prey, because I like the birds, but Sirens has Poison Ivy and Catwoman. So, you know.
Are you still Oh, wait, are we recording?
Yes, it's still recording.
Okay. Well, I liked... What was that? There was one Batman movie, and it had Catwoman, and it had Penguin.
Lego Batman.
But, her outfit, I just really liked it at the time. I don't know why. It was just, all stitches, and, it was cool.
I think that was that one of the dark... I don't know. I'm not a Batman expert, but I also wish it would have been Gotham City Sirens, because Harley Quinn isn't really... Oh, it's Batman Returns. Anyway, because Harley Quinn isn't really part of the Birds of Prey, but she is part of the Sirens. So, you know. But I've heard it's good, and I do want to see it very badly. I did see Sonic the Hedgehog.
Why?
Well, my friend wanted to see it for her birthday, and it was a week after we saw The Room, so we were like, oh, we're doing a bad movie a week thing. But then the Sonic movie was actually really good, and I really liked it.
No.
It was.
No.
Yes, it was. It had a post-credit scene that made me, I literally, jumped and was like, oh my god, at the post-credit scene. I won't say why, so I don't spoil the Sonic movie.
You're fine. I'm good.
Well, for other people.
Okay. No,
but yeah, the Sonic movie, legit good. I hated how much I liked it. But it was really bizarre at times, and it was perfect.
See, did you think it was good, because it was that bad, or
No, good, it was a good, well put together movie. I mean, if they hadn't changed the Sonic design from the first trailer, it would have been a nightmare. But it was actually, good. It was a good kids movie. It was great. And there's a doggy in it.
I'm good. Won't be seeing that anytime soon.
I cried at the Sonic movie. It made me really nostalgic for playing Sonic when I was a kid, which was great. Yeah.
Anyway.
Back to Resistance.
Resistance. What were we talking about? Resistance? Oh,
I
clothing.
said I wanted
yes, we
the
want
I want
resistance
Kaz's
clothing.
jacket. What's his name? Christopher Sean wore Kaz's jacket to the Rise of Skywalker premiere.
Where did he get it?
I know. Well, I did find it was loud. I did find one online, but it was like $100-something, and I don't like it that much.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I was gonna say, so for that Resistance finale, my dad and brother Axel went, but me and my mom stayed home because we had work. So, and it was really sad because I needed
it's sad
the money.
when you don't get to go to the premieres and finales of stuff. You know, it's really sad.
Anyway, so I didn't get to go this time, and that was sad. It felt weird because like everyone at work was like, "How are you?" And I was like, "Terrible." They were like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "Resistance finales right now, and I'm here." My boss understood. But I got a call from my dad, and it was right when I was just getting out of work. I was like, "Huh, that's weird," because I had a friend who was gonna take me home. So I was like, "Oh, give me a second, sorry." And then, like, I called my dad back because I missed it. And then he was like, "Wait, I was trying to video call you." And I was like, "Okay, I doubt the service is great here." And then he called me, video called me, and then it was like Christopher, and I was like, like after work, and my hair is messy, and I'm like sweating and tired, and he was there, and I was like, "Oh, hi." But it was so loud, like in the kitchen and in like over there, that we could barely hear each other. And he was like, "How are you? Sorry you couldn't come," and blah blah. And I was like, and I was like panicking, and it was so great. And then he like showed me the screen, and I was like, "Oh!" And it was a screen. It was Kaz, Tam, and Yeager working together.
I spoiled it.
Yeah, and I was like, and I looked, and I was like, "That looks like spoilers." And he was like, "Oh, sorry." And and then he passed it to someone, and it was Tam, and I was like, "Oh my goodness." And I was panicking, and I like managed to take a screenshot, but it's a pretty bad screenshot. So and then my friend, two friends that were watching me just freak out, they took a picture of me, and I was like almost crying. It was really fun. Yeah, that was fun. They were nice. Christopher Sean, and I don't remember the actress's name for Tam.
She's a Susie McGrath. I met her at Celebration. She was super nice.
Yeah, they're both just super, super nice, and they just seem so happy.
Christopher Sean was at the table next to her, and he waved at me. I had the Gorg puppet on from Celebration.
Yeah.
And I waved at him with the Gorg, and he like pretended to be scared. It was funny.
It's cute. They're just super nice. And I wish I went, but you know, work. It's okay. Work is work. Okay. So Resistance was really good. I was really glad that Tam came back. Mostly because I was scared that she was gonna stay. I don't know why, but there was like I was super believing in her, but like there was a tiny like 1% part of me that was like, is she really gonna stay? Like, is she really what's gonna happen? But then when I saw the actress, I was like, I believed in you. Dad did not. And she was like, oh. It was really fun. But yes, and then she came back, and everyone was happy, and Yeager was happy. He was a happy space dad.
His whole family was back together again.
Yeah,
And we
Niku
didn't
was
lose
super
a
excited.
single parental figure in Resistance, which we
No.
cannot say about Rebels or Clone Wars. So
Are you admitting that we lost Kanan?
he's lost, not dead. He's just lost.
Uh-huh.
He's fine.
I was gonna say something. I forgot. Oh, I really liked, so there was one part. I'm just like picking at different parts of the Resistance finale, but there was a part where Niku and Tam were communicating like through their own like secret language.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, this is what we use to like to make fun of you and like talk behind your back." And I'm like, "Wow, Niku, that's nice." But that was really fun. I'm gonna miss Niku.
I think Niku should get a movie.
I know.
Niku movie.
And his wife should. Oh, his wife was that one girl, the one that worked for the.
Nina?
Yeah.
I'm still mad over the what's his name? The thumbnail for that episode in the app. Of
What?
the engineer. Because the thumbnail was her talking to Pyre.
Yeah.
Like, who picked that thumbnail? Why would you do that?
I'm so sorry. I kind of knew she was gonna be bad because I was
Well,
like,
I knew because of
Yeah.
that stupid thumbnail.
I'm so sorry.
Oh well. What's done is done.
Yeah. That was the one spoiler you get, and it wasn't from me. I wish she would have come back though. That would have been nice.
I think, yeah, I don't know. I wish they had more time to do more stuff, because I felt like there was so much they could have done. They just didn't have enough time for it, which is sad. But maybe we'll get another Resistance something.
Yeah. I wish they would have I wish they would keep having like the little clips. Like, you remember when I think we were waiting for Resistance and they had like little clips, right?
Yeah. Oh, ow.
Are you okay?
I just banged my knee on the desk, but it's cool.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It didn't actually hurt, it just scared me. So I said, ow.
That's good.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean, those clips. I wish they did those forever. Maybe we'll get Forces Destiny, a revival with Resistance friends. I think Tam would look really awesome in the Forces of Destiny style, just saying. Yeah. And I would love to see what Niku looks like. Because I can't picture it, but I'm sure it would be either really cute or really horrifying.
Are you seeing there's like a little animation, I don't know what it's called.
Galaxy of Adventures?
Yes.
But they're not really, I mean, at least the ones I've watched, they're not like telling new stories. It's just like condensing and explaining them for younger kids, which is great. But I just want new stuff.
But like, if it's, I don't know, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Guess we'll see. But I kind of have hope for getting something for Rebels.
Well, I know we're gonna get something for Rebels eventually.
Yeah.
I'm concerned we won't for Resistance.
Yeah, maybe we can get some comics. They're good at that.
Like based only on like outside merchandising, I get the impression that maybe Resistance wasn't as profitable an investment as they maybe hoped.
Yeah, probably.
And so that makes me worry. Like same thing with Rebels, I think we're definitely getting more stuff with that, but I don't know if we're gonna get like same thing with Solo. Like if we're gonna get too much more stuff. Just based on the economics of it, which is sad because they're such good stories.
Big sad.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Oh well. So, yeah, Resistance. We didn't get to talk about The Mandalorian much at all.
Yeah, I don't remember ever doing a podcast about that. Are we gonna do episode by episode or
for Mandalorian? I mean, we could.
I feel like
I think we talked about a little bit like the beginning.
I think so
I
too.
just don't think like the later parts of it we got to at all. So the Baby Yoda show is really great. Baby Yoda
Baby.
cult now.
Cult?
Yes, the cult of Baby Yoda.
I'm already part of that.
Exactly.
Get with the...
Everyone should join the cult of Baby Yoda. You don't need to do anything but worship him forever
and ever.
Yes. So.
I think... Oh, and we have to sacrifice chicken nuggies.
Yes, and sacrifice chicken nuggies. Can they be vegan chicken nuggies? Because I get some good vegan chicken nuggies.
Baby Yoda will accept your vegan chicken nuggies.
Yes. we need to find somewhere that makes like frog nuggets. Is that a thing?
Oh.
I bet it's a thing. I'm gonna look up frog
I mean,
nuggets.
it can be. Chicken nuggets is just like
okay, I'm just
pulverized any kind of meat.
Frog leg nuggets, yeah. So he needs frog leg nuggies.
That's gross.
When I look up I just look up frog nuggets, and part of it is like actual like food made out of frogs, and some of it is food you feed pet frogs that looks like little nuggets, and some are just really round frogs.
Yeah.
Just chill.
What was I doing? I've never cooked with frog, but I know that it's fun to like when they're dead and they're like nothing's done with them, and you put like salt and stuff, like and they move. But I did that with the lobster that we had just killed the lobster, and we like took out all the meat and stuff, and then I was salting it, and I like completely forgot that it would happen. And it started like wiggling. I was like, ah!
I would have cried.
It was terrifying.
Yeah, I would have. That's freaky. I don't like that.
Yeah, no, it was. So I just threw it in the water, and I was like, nope, it's fine. It's cool. Just leave it. Just gonna let it cook, and that's it. So we need to make chicken nuggies, vegan and frog, and then sacrifice it into a fire.
For the Baby Yoda.
All for Baby Yoda.
Yes. The baby. So yeah, obviously the best part of The Mandalorian is the baby. Anyone who says otherwise is lying to themselves and others.
It like, I don't know, like when I know we have talked about the first few episodes, but okay, so when we first saw him, I didn't hear any spoilers for anything. Like, I didn't want to know because I was like, it's a new show, you know.
Yeah.
For once, I'll try not to be spoiled. And I was so glad that I didn't.
Oh my god, I didn't necessarily like go out of my way to avoid spoilers for The Mandalorian, but they definitely kept things really well locked down, better than anything else, really. For The Mandalorian, they kept things pretty locked down.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I didn't search for them. I'm sure if I searched for the spoilers, I might have found them. But
I don't know. I didn't hear anything. No one was telling me anything.
I'm sure like, the dark recesses of the internet, they were there. But,
maybe.
Yeah. I was so happy. And he's the baby. And,
it was
the only bad thing about him is that for like, even now, I have to, like, when I talk about The Mandalorian, I have to explain to people that is not actually Yoda as a baby.
Yeah.
That's the only bad thing.
Like, at work, I'm trying to get this guy to, watch Star Wars. And, like, now he's leaving, and I'm like, how dare you? 'Cause we, like, have the same breaks. So one time I found him, and I was like, okay, we're watching the first episode of Mandalorian. And he was like, okay, fine. And I gave him my phone, and he got hooked on it. And then break ended, and it was like maybe 5 minutes before he got to Baby Yoda. And I was like, no, just finish it. And he's like, we gotta go work. And I was like, but so close. So but yeah, when I'm at work, like sometimes I talk about Star Wars because I got moved different kitchens. Like there was a banquet and then there's like the grill, which is like where the line cooks are. So I got moved over there and I'm training over there, or at least I was. Now I'm not. But I like was super quiet because they weren't new people, but like I never really like talked to them that much. And then they started talking about like Star Wars and I was like and I just like vomited information about Star Wars and they were like, "Oh, it's Baby Yoda, right?" And I was like, "No, it's this is that." And it was a lot and now they say, "Well, one one guy, I call him mean. He's not mean, but I say he's mean. So hopefully he's not watching uh or listening, whatever." And he told me that he feels bad that I'm talking so much now and he wishes I shut up. And I was like, too bad. You've opened you've opened Pandora's box.
I was on a set like a month-ish ago, a little less than a month, and over lunch, Star Wars was brought up, and there was like it was like me and like the directors and the cinematographer and like one of the I think the lead actor. And we were just talking about Star Wars, and it just went on for so long that we like made our lunch break extra long by accident, just talking about Star Wars. So our producer banned Star Wars from the rest of the set.
No.
So that was great.
That's terrible. No, our teacher hasn't, our boss hasn't banned Star Wars yet. But he did, like, when Rise of Skywalker was coming out, he was like, "I don't want to hear anything." And I was like, "But it's really good." And he was like, "No, I'm going to go see it with my son. We're going to wait, and then we talk, okay?" And I was like, "Okay." And then there's the best coworker ever. He, like, he watches Star Wars and stuff, and so he's up to date with everything. And what did I do? Oh, I asked him if he watched the newest Clone Wars episode, and it was the like second episode in the arc, and he was like, "No, I haven't." And I was like, "Okay, break time now." So we took a break and we just watched it, and it was because our break is like 30 minutes, so it was perfect time to watch the Clone Wars, and we watched it. Pretty good. It's fun. That's it.
So yeah, we should probably talk more about the actual show. Mandalorian, good Mando times. Makes me worry about other Mandalorians we know.
Yeah.
Like, and about just the planet Mandalore in general. Like, what's going on over there. Cara Dune is the best.
She is the best.
I love her. Grief Karga, he's okay.
Yeah,
my love for him bumped up significantly when he said do the magic hand thing. I was like, okay, you're like, because I did not like him, but like I was kind of ambivalent because like he did try to kill Mando and the baby, so like you know.
Well, he wouldn't kill the baby. He would have just
He
taken it.
He would have taken the baby and taken it to the mean German director. So
I watched a Studio Ghibli movie and Werner was on there, and it was so funny, like because like he just it's an accent ? And we just heard it and we were like, and my dad and I looked at each other. We're like, it was really good. I forget what it's called. I think it's like The Wind Rises. Really good movie.
Yes. So Werner Herzog. We were watching a documentary. This was like months ago while The Mandalorian was still airing in one of my classes, and it was about him making a movie. And the entire time I was like, you tried to hurt the baby. Get out of here. I hope you fall off your boat. But yeah, so yeah, it was like I wasn't a huge Grief Karga fan, and then he was like nice to the baby, so I was like, okay.
Yeah, well, he was only nice because the baby saved him.
Yes, everything only matters if they're nice to the baby. If they're not nice to the baby, they can get out.
Yeah,
but
especially those
is all that
scout troopers.
Yes.
I was so angry.
I was, and then like a lot of like my scout trooper friends were like, "Oh, they're wearing their knees upside down." I was like, "That doesn't matter. Do you see where their fists were? The poor baby."
The poor baby. I was in Pennsylvania when I watched it, and I like almost screamed. I was like, "How dare you hurt him? How dare you lay a hand on him?" Like, at first I thought they were going to be nice. Like, one of them, I thought they were going to be nice. And then they were not. And then they started punching the poor baby. Like, who does that? Why?
The poor baby. I did think it was funny though, reading like the behind the scenes story, and Jason Sudeikis said the first take he punched it really hard because they told him to. And Jon Favreau pulled him aside and was like, that puppet cost like $3 million. And then he didn't punch it hard enough for the next couple takes because he was so scared. But like, why'd they put the baby in the bag? Like, why'd they put the puppet in the bag? You can't see it. Like, I thought when they punched it, like, just watching it, I thought they didn't have the puppet in the bag.
Me too. Like, why would you put the like, just put a pillow or something in there.
I know.
And it'll be fine.
Or even just like a cheap like mock-up of the puppet, just to it's like the right shape. Like when I read that, I was like, why did they put it in the bag? You can't see it. Like what? But I mean, maybe they had it in there for the shot when you look in the bag and just didn't feel like taking it out. But I don't know.
Yeah, but that was not a good idea, y'all.
Some production manager dropped the ball on that one. But yeah, the baby, R.A.P. to Queel and IG-11.
Yeah.
Can I say that? Sad. Big sad.
Big sad, man.
But also the Mando got a jetpack, which was really awesome. I listened to the song that plays when he has his jetpack. I've listened to that song so many times. I've listened to the whole Mando soundtrack so many times. The Mandalorian soundtrack is so good.
It is good. I only, when I listen to like to music and stuff, I only listen to like certain music. Like for the Mandalorian, I only like not that I only like it in the movie, but it only feels right in the show.
Yeah,
at least for me.
I listen to it like a lot, like when I'm walking around. Sometimes, I mean, listen to my music taste really changes depending on the day. But like sometimes, like when the Mandalorian was still airing, when I was like walking around the city, I would listen to it, and I had to stop because it made me really tense listening to like the fight song scenes. Well, because like walking around the city alone already terrifying. I'm very small, so like, and then I'm listening to like this really intense music, and I'm like getting super tense and like looking over my shoulder. I was like, okay, I gotta listen to something else when I'm walking. I can't listen to this anymore.
Yeah. Sometimes like I listen to, like there's this one rap song that I'd be listening to, and it like makes me super angry. And I'm like, I want to punch people now. Like, it's just bad. I shouldn't be. Lately
I've been listening to like the Awesome Mix from like Guardians of the Galaxy movies. So I was like really happy walking around because it's like really happy songs.
Yeah. One time I like was having a really bad day, like school and like everything, and then I put on like Disney music. And I was like, oh, this is nice. And I started like practically like jumping around everywhere. It was nice. But yeah.
So yes.
Music helps a lot.
Yes. What else about the Mandalorian? Oh, the Darksaber.
Oh, okay. So I thought they were just gonna use that scene to like show like, oh, he's alive. Of course he's alive. But then he had the Darksaber.
Like,
and I
saw like the blade when he was cutting it, and I was like, my head was like spinning. I was like, wait, what? Oh my god! And then like he was standing there holding it, and then like I was like, oh my god, they put the Darksaber like in live action. And then as soon as like the screen went black, I was like, wait a minute, what happened to Bo-Katan?
Yeah, I was
I'm so
Like,
worried for her.
there's a lot of stuff that we don't know right now, like
Yeah.
the purge and like everything. So
Well, yeah,
it's
I've just so
scary.
far been kind of thinking that the Purge is just what they generally call everything the Mandalorian did, or the Empire did to the Mandalorians. Because I'm just thinking, like, if something happened between, like, A New Hope and, like, Return of the Jedi, where, like, all the Mandalorians died, I feel like Sabine would have mentioned that in the epilogue. Like, by the way, my planet's dead.
Well, it was a happy epilogue, so no.
I know, but, like... Yeah, I don't know. I'm just worried about the Wrens and Bo-Katan and Fen Rao. Not actually, I don't really care about Fen Rao, but the rest,
Raul.
the Wrens. I mean, I want him to be alive, but it's not gonna be the end of the world if he's not. But
You're so cool. That's Mega Man Mandalorian.
Mega Mandalorian. Yeah, but I mean, his armor can still be out there. But yeah, I'm just worried about Bo and the Wrens, mostly Bo. But
Mostly Sabine.
well, I know Sabine's okay. Oh,
She should be
she's
okay.
doing her thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so I'm just concerned about, because
We're
if-
always concerned.
if Bo-Katan's alive, then she can be in The Mandalorian and take the Darksaber back.
I
which
mean,
would be
didn't
really
we hear
awesome.
something from like the actress a little? Like not like that she was in it, but like
I don't know.
I don't know. I remember something that she like got in trouble because she was like talking too much about the Mandalorian.
Oh,
And
interesting.
so I don't know, maybe she's in it like for flashbacks or in it because like something
I
happened.
think if Bo-Katan is alive,
Yeah.
Din Djarin, which I'm still getting used to calling him that instead of the Mando.
Yeah.
But he is going to return the Darksaber to her and not take it for himself. Because even if she didn't kill someone for it, the way that like you're supposed to, he's like
Both times.
he's like traditional enough that he would be like he wouldn't take it without like killing her. You know, I mean technically right now. So if Maul, because so technically Maul was the rightful owner of the Darksaber because he killed Pre Vizsla,
Right.
which since Obi-Wan killed Maul, and then Vader killed Obi-Wan, and then well, Vader kind of killed himself, I guess. He just kind of let himself die. But we'll say, for the perception of the galaxy, that Luke was the rightful owner. So
I mean, technically
they're not going to give it to Luke. But technically, if we just follow the train, he should have the Darksaber. But also he shouldn't, because he's got his own stuff to deal with.
Yeah. Don't really like want him to have the Darksaber.
No.
And
then that...
But right now it's that guy's, so...
Yeah, right now it belongs to him.
Oh, what is it? His name is Gideon.
Moff Gideon. Not scary at all.
No, the only reason I remember is because in Gravity Falls, one of the characters, his name... He's a bad guy. His name is Little Gideon.
Oh.
So now I just, like, whenever I remember Moff Gideon, I'm like, oh, Little Gideon. And he's also little. He's small.
And there were Jawas in The Mandalorian, which are very important to me.
Suga.
But also the Jawas that were going for the TIE Defender. I'm glad they got to run away before he came out and started swinging.
I was so scared when he started killing Jawas. And I was like, Zoe is going to cry.
Oh my god, that in the what was it, second or third episode? Oh my god, every time a Jawa died, I was like, and my dad was sitting there on the couch laughing hysterically the whole time, and I was just horrified.
I'm so sorry. I bet you and Sappy were
Sappy thought it was funny too. She's changed allegiances. She's a Tusken now. She's a traitor to the Jawa kind.
Yeah, when
If I was
like, he just started disintegrating Jawas, and I was like,
if I was a little shorter, I'd still be wearing a Jawa. Like, I'm just saying. But once I
mean,
hit,
you're short enough.
Once I hit like 5 foot, people started like when I was trooping, they'd be like, "Oh, it's a Jawa on steroids," which like Why would you say that, first of all?
Yeah.
To
There was, but
someone
there's
that's
the
probably
thing.
a child.
There was a tall Jawa.
There was one 6-foot Jawa, the king of the
Yeah.
Jawas. But I don't know, I hit 5 feet and I was whatever. Actually, my Jawa ribs don't really fit anymore anyway. I think they're up high around the ankles and the sleeves are too short. But we got a good run out of them.
Yeah.
We still have them. But yeah,
I'm so
Jawas.
Poor Jawas. Rest in peace, Jawas.
And yeah, so Mandalorian, good. I don't think we need to tell you that. I don't think I've heard a single person say a bad thing about that show.
Wait, no, hold on, wait, hold on.
Okay.
I'm about to ruin it. Okay.
Oh, no.
So, I thought it was really interesting, because there were a lot of people that were like, oh, it was like the first and second episode, I think, and they were like, oh, The Mandalorian's so good, it's so great. And I was talking to my dad, and I was like, are they saying it's great because, like, right now the only female is, like, the armor? Or, is it because they actually, like it? And my dad's like, oh, they probably just really like it, And then, like, a few episodes later, Mando goes to a village, and whoa, there's a woman.
There's two.
Who knows? Yeah, who knows how to fight, both of them. So then my dad comes up to me and he was like, Lizzie? I was like, yes. And then he was like, so all those people who were saying that they loved, Mandalorian? I was like, yes. He was like, they say they hate it now. I was like, why, Dad? Why?
I haven't seen that, so I guess I'm running in the right circles, but...
Yeah. And so he was like, well, because a woman knows how to shoot, Lizzie. And I was like, yep. I knew it. But I knew it.
That is something I do want to know about Omera, is how she learned to shoot, because she's the only person, literally the only person in the entire village.
Yeah, to be fair, that's like...
Well, I'm not saying it's unrealistic. I just want to know if there's a history there of how she learned and nobody else in the entire village did.
So, what my dad was talking to me about that was, like, it's The Mandalorian is very much a cowboy movie.
Yeah.
And in a lot of cowboy movies, like, the widow is always, like, trying to protect her family. And the husband isn't there because he went off to war or something. But the husband teaches the widow how to shoot, because just in case, like, they need to protect the family. So there was that, and I was like, I guess that makes sense. But also, like, why doesn't anyone else know?
Yeah,
how to shoot?
And also, like, that planet was very, like, it was like a not popular planet, and. So, I don't know, I didn't get the impression that the Imperial Rebel War affected that place too much. I mean, I guess they had an ATST there somehow. But, like, I don't know. I just want to know how she was the only one. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like there some, like, maybe she was, like, a rebel and she had something to do with the ATST or something. That was there, like, she was involved. Maybe.
Yeah.
So... interesting. I want to know more about her. I'm sure we'll see her again.
I hope so. Yeah, I'm gonna miss it. You know what's so weird? Like, I was talking to a classmate, and we were talking about Mandalorian. Like, I'm very, like, picky about who I talk to about Star Wars, because there's either like a really just jerk person, like, I don't know. So I was talking to them about Mandalorian because they saw it, and I was like, oh, it's so cool, huh? And then they were like, yeah, and I love Cara, and I was like, yeah, me too. And then he was like, oh, but they're probably gonna make her, like, gay because this is it. I was like, wait, what? And I was like, what does that matter? And then
also, Star Wars doesn't have a great track record with making every character gay.
At least on film.
Even in the books, there aren't that many.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to my dad about it because I was talking to him about Poe and Finn, and he was saying, there's like, to be fair, there's like Afra, and then Han Solo's ex, technically. What was her name? Started with an S.
Sana Starros.
Yeah, she had a girlfriend, and then there was a whole book, I guess, technically about this Imperial general or something that was in charge of a planet that...
Moff Moore's, she's a villain. Mm-hmm. She's not great representation. But
why?
I can't get into that discussion, but no, it's not positive. She's not positive representation.
I mean,
she's not.
Did she beat her wife, or
she's implied to sexually abuse her Twi'lek female slaves.
Oh, no.
And her wife is dead. And her whole character is how she's ugly and sad about her dead wife. So not great representation there. From what I remember of that book, it's been a while since I read it. It's a good book overall, but Moff Moore's, she's not great. I wouldn't point to her too much.
I'm going to read it. And we'll see. And then
it has Cham Syndulla in it though, so.
Cool. I guess. And then there was, technically Vi Marati isn't real, like, she's not gay, but she's like,
the thing is that, like,
asexual, aromantic.
Yeah, the thing is with like there are some in the books and comics, I'll give them that, just compared to other numbers there aren't a lot. And nothing, and a lot of it isn't totally explicit, which is another problem.
Yeah, and I was trying to tell my dad, because, like, my parents kind of, like, don't really understand it that much. Like, when I talked to my mom, she was like, oh, but you had one, in Rise of Skywalker. And I was like, I mean, kinda?
Yeah.
Like, and I was trying to tell my dad, because, like, I was talking to Dad about it, and I was like, so, okay. And I was like, say, like, you were really excited about, African-American representation, and then they had, and during, like, there was all white people, right? Say there was one African-American guy that passed by during that celebration.
Which does happen in a lot of movies, to point out.
Yeah. And I was like, how would you feel? He was like, huh. And then he was telling me that, like, at least, to be fair, they are trying.
No, yeah,
like,
I don't want to not give them credit for trying.
Yeah.
But I don't want to act like they're our Lord and Saviors.
Yeah.
And like they couldn't be doing more, No, always hold a higher standard.
Like, yeah. And the thing is, with that one, like, thing, it was just kind of, not weird, but kind of just random. Like, it could, like, we knew nothing about those two characters. Like, one of them said one line, and, like, that was it. So it would have been cool to have Poe and Finn, because they're beautiful. And they're, like, not main characters, but they're big characters. So, and there was, like, at least to me, there was a big connection between them. So.
Yeah.
What were we talking about? Cara Dune. Yeah, so I wasn't sure about that, and then there's some people who are like, oh, Cara Dune and Mando should be together. And I'm like, I think they respect each other.
I got no vibes like that from Cara and Mando.
Like,
I got, like, Mando Mara is where my heart's at.
Oh, yeah, I don't care. She was about to take off his helmet. She's off my list.
Well, she didn't, when he stopped her, she didn't continue,
But also, how dare she touch the Mando?
Okay.
I don't know. I'm weird. I'm picky. They have to be great for the Mando, for any character. They have to be the best possible match for me. Also, single dads.
Okay. Yeah, so... Yeah, Mandalorian, Cara Dune's awesome. Omera's great too. I want more Omera.
Yeah, she was cool. And I like that she, like, during that target practice, she just nailed it so hard and it was so cool. Um, yeah, and then Baby Yoda eating. My mom got super worried about Baby Yoda because, like, you remember that scene where, like, Baby Yoda is playing with the kids and then he finds the frog and he starts eating it? And then the kids are like, ew, gross. And then he spits it out. And my mom's like, oh, they're shaming him.
Peer
He's going to
pressure.
feel shamed the rest of his life.
Peer pressure on the baby.
I was like, no. So, poor baby.
The baby. Some people want, like, I've seen some people though say like, oh, I think that the Mandalorian should like pass Baby Yoda, like find his people and give Baby Yoda to them and then like do his own thing. I would be devastated.
I would be very
like,
sad.
In the episode where he's like starting to like, when he's like giving him at first to Werner Herzog, I was like sobbing just because like in my head I was like, what if we never see Baby Yoda again?
Yeah, I was really sad where I was like, he's going back. And my dad's like, you sure? And I was like, he's going back.
Oh my God.
It's fine.
Yeah.
And he got in the ship and he's like punching in coordinates. And then he sees like the little ball, like that it's gone. He's like, he goes back and I was like, yes, 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 yes.
Oh, Baby Yoda. Yeah. I would, if there was, I can't even imagine now a life without Baby Yoda. I'm so excited for the toys to come in. I'm so excited. I'm gonna have them all.
I don't like the toys.
I like most of them. I like some of them. I like the build. I want the Build-A-Bear plushie. I haven't been to Build-A-Bear since I was like a baby, but I want to go for Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda.
He's everything.
The only thing I like right now for the Baby Yoda, I don't like anything. Like, they look weird. They look creepy.
I like the new animatronic that they announced that like moves a lot and isn't like a plushie, but like his ears move. I like that. But yeah,
it looks weird when he opens his mouth, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I just want the baby.
You want the baby?
A baby. I had to take down my Baby Yoda poster the other day. It was so sad.
I bet. So the Baby Yoda plush, selling with some bone broth and a frog.
I think the bone broth, I mean, I don't know, there's like a couple of plushes, but I know the bone broth, frog, and ball come with the Black Series figure.
Oh.
Which we've
plush.
also... I mean, maybe there's a plush where it comes with that too. But
yeah.
And then there's going to be the pop, and then there's going to be the giant pop. And then there's going to be this little tiny thing. Oh, Baby Yoda everything.
Oh.
I think Baby Yoda and Babu Frick could totally have an episode together next season. Like, like Babu Frick, we don't know how old he is, and we don't know like if he was doing stuff before he got into the Spice Runner game. He could totally just be doing like chilling somewhere and meet Baby Yoda, and it would be the happiest day of my entire life.
Oh, I found a weird looking Baby Yoda toy, and I don't like it. It looks very strange. I'm gonna send it to you. Feel this pain. $500. It's just so much money for a baby. A small price to pay. Okay, I've sent it to you.
Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda united us all. I see.
You saw?
Yes, that's like a custom made one though. That's not like an official one.
It's really
that's
terrifying.
A lot of money. That's a lot of money. Baby Yoda. Okay. Moving on to. I mean, are you ready to move on? Do you have more to say?
I want more Baby Yoda.
Want more Baby Yoda, of course.
And more Mando.
More Mando.
And want to know more about Mando history.
I'm sure we're getting more of that in season 2.
Yeah. I told my dad that he should be a professor, like, doing, like literature, but Star Wars.
I mean,
Because there's like Stranger Things one. Like, why can't there be Star Wars?
for like classes,
Yeah.
I know that there's like there's one PA college that has a literary class that's all about analyzing Harry Potter.
Yeah, like Star
Not
Wars
Temple,
is better.
but we could have a Star Wars. No, I've found when I was doing research for something, I found a book that was analyzing Star Wars. That was the whole book. It was pretty great. I didn't read it, but it sounded great.
Yeah.
Moving on to Clone Wars, if that works.
Yeah.
So Clone Wars came back, and it's crazy because like
It's amazing.
that's like my whole life has been Clone Wars, and it's back. So the Bad Batch arc just finished like the other day, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the Bad Batch arc was the first arc that it was like one of the ones that was released as pre-animated reels, which I already watched before, so I like knew what was happening generally, but like they make some changes. So awesome.
Yeah. I thought a really funny change was the when the Bad Batch oh wait, are we talking about episodes?
Yes, we can.
Like, are we gonna do one episode and then next podcast the second episode?
Thinking maybe we should do them one arc at a time.
One arc at a time. Okay, let's do this. So I really like the change that was like the Bad Batch gets called in because the separatists are learning like the certain strategies that the clones are using and like everything, so they're really worried about that. And Rex is like, I've lost so many brothers, and he's sad, and then he thinks Echo's still alive, and so then they call him the Bad Batch. And I think it's really cool that they took out the Padme, like the art of Padme.
Because I think I was talking because Jonah Murray came down like couple weeks ago, and we were talking about that. Because like the original scene's very funny, but
yeah, it is.
Padme doesn't get a role in any other episode, at least as we know, in the next two arcs. So she wasn't going to be completely gone from this final season. So I think giving her something to do and making the scene more plot relevant was really great, and also was really funny because poor Rex, you know.
Oh yeah.
Poor Rex. That poor guy. And also, like, that means that Rex knows about Padme, which.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's kind. I think everyone knows.
I mean, I know it's like the worst kept secret in the galaxy, but like it means Anakin knows Rex knows, you know, because Anakin's a little deluded and thinks other people don't know. But like Anakin either told Rex or Rex found out, and Anakin trusts him to keep it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's great to show like the friendship they have.
But it was kind of annoying, and it was kind of funny because she was like holding her stomach. And I was like, how do you not see this?
He's stupid.
You're dumb. Like, how do you not see that?
He's so stupid.
Like,
that's just Anakin. And like, he probably couldn't say anything. Like, hey, Padme, looks like you're gaining weight. He's not that stupid.
I mean, I would have been like, hey, what's wrong with your stomach? You know, like, why are you holding it?
You can't say that.
Why?
Well, I don't know. People just stand. I do that all the time. I stand with my hands over my stomach. You can't say that.
I would be like, are you, like, is your stomach hurting? What's wrong?
I don't know.
I'm weird and straightforward. So
I like, at my job, because we're not allowed to technically let pregnant people ride, and sometimes I'd look at someone and be like, they might be pregnant, but they also might not be, and I really cannot say. I don't want to ask. It's so hard.
Yeah.
Life is hard.
Yeah. So, yeah, but he's dumb.
Yeah, Anakin's an idiot. I mean, because some people are like, oh, it's a plot hole. I'm like, no, he's just dumb.
Yeah, he's just really, really dumb. But I thought it was super funny. Obi-Wan comes up, and, like, Rex is like, oh, great. And Obi-Wan's like, what's up? Like, I totally know what's in there, but, you know, I'm just gonna ask you and make you feel as uncomfortable as ever. And then Anakin comes out and he's like, Rex, don't do this to your helmet, man. Just the worst excuse. But and then Obi-Wan's like, I hope you told Padme I said hi. And I was like, he knows, which like of course everyone knows, but I just find it funny that he like said it out loud.
Yeah, it's so great. See, the whole episode is great. I love the whole Bad Batch. They're all the best.
Who's your favorite?
I think probably Tech.
Right?
But
okay.
Honorable mention to Crosshair, because I just really love sniper characters, especially in video games.
Me too.
So
I like being the sniper character.
I know, yeah. I also love, Wrecker, amazing. I love him.
Yeah, I just like
Hunter's
Wrecker.
okay.
He's baby.
He's cool.
Hunter, right? Hunter's like not the greatest.
He's cool. He's in charge,
He doesn't do anything.
He's not quite as specialized as the other ones, so maybe that just makes him not quite as like interesting to me. Because besides like his face and his mullet, he looks the same as the regs. So
right, and they were like, oh, he has heightened senses, and he never really used them. Like there was like he smelled the ground for a second, and then that was it.
Yeah.
But he wasn't like, oh, your map is wrong. We go this way. Like there was no scene with him because I feel like everyone had like a scene. Like Tech, they always told him, okay, like hack into this thing or find out who that is.
Or translate the language, which is cool.
And then Wrecker had his whole like I'm big and bad, and he like lifted like a whole ship,
blew stuff up.
Yeah, and then Crosshair, he's up in the corner and he's a really good sniper. So they all had their scenes, and then Hunter like smelled the ground, and I was like,
I did like seeing how they all worked really well together, and they were just like super in tune with each other. Yeah, I think that was cool. And how
I think how he led was good.
Yeah, I think the Bad Batch is just really cool, and it shows hi Echo. You were in this episode.
Speaking of Echo,
yeah,
Echo.
But the Bad Batch they just...
He feels heavy. I think because I gave him, like, special lunch, and now he's like, a pound heavier.
Yeah, so the Bad Batch, seeing them work together and how they were just sort of knew each other, and I think it's really cool. I think it shows, like, they don't really feel a connection as much to the other clones as being brothers, because to them, like, they're each other's family, and they don't work with other clones, so they don't really... So it's different for like Rex and like because Rex will see like pretty much any other clone and like he's closer to some than others, but he'll see any other clone and be like that's my brother, and I got the sense that the Bad Batch doesn't feel the same way, which is interesting.
Yeah, I hated whenever they would call them regs, because I was like, Rex, just call them defects now, like I was so mean. I wanted to call them defects so bad because they kept saying
they're better
legs.
than other clones. That's the problem. They're not defective. I mean, I guess they're not.
They technically are because they're not the same as the other clones that are supposed to be the same way every time. So they're technically defects, but like with desirable mutations. So what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so they're looking for like the source of where they're getting all this intel and information from, and each person, like each Bad Batch character, or even together, they all like fight together and they show off their skills, and they have different like techniques than the other clones. So like the droids don't know what to do, and they don't know what's going on.
I liked Crosshairs in the last episode, his little discs that he threw on the walls, and they like bounced.
I thought they were explosives, and then he shot one, and I was like, oh, that's really freaking cool.
Yeah, they were just all cool. I loved Wrecker getting to like crying when he got to blow up the thing. I was like, oh my gosh, Wrecker.
Yeah. Okay, so wait. Okay, so they go in, and then Rex, like, there's a transmission, and it's Echo. Right, Echo?
Oh, we're summarizing the episodes?
What are we doing?
I thought we were just, like, chatting. But, no, okay, continue.
Oh, I think we should summarize a little.
Yeah.
But so they don't find Echo. They have a transmission from Echo, and then the episode like ends, and that was cool. And my dad keeps telling me that tech is useless. That tech it can be replaced by a droid.
No.
And I was like, no. Like tech is beautiful. Tech is smart.
Tech's like all of them, and he has his own plans, and he shoots, and he functions. He does like each thing that tech does could be a droid. Like a droid could do the hacking he does. A droid could do the translating he does. But we don't have any droids in Star Wars that can do
that
it
are
all
of it.
Because tech is the best. I'm
Thank
offended.
you.
I'm hurt. Sal Perales, I am hurt by your words against tech.
I know. Tech is the bestest boy. We took a quiz the last time I was podcasting. I think that was yesterday with my fam. And I got Hunter, which was sad. And then my dad and Axel got Tech. And he was like, I'm not useless. And I was like, how dare you? But anyway, so what did they do in the next episode?
Well, they find Echo. They go into the tower, and poor Wrecker's afraid of heights.
Gecko Minor. They find Echo, and I thought it was just really sad because in the beginning, when Anakin was talking to Padme, I thought, I hate Padme, but I thought what she was saying at the time was like really, really good. Like Anakin needs to be by Echo's side. No, she's not.
She's great.
No, she's not. She's dumb, but she wasn't dumb in that scene. Anyway, someone opened the door and left it open, and I don't like it. Anyway, so Padme tells Anakin, like, you need to be by Rex's side on this. Like, you need to support him like he's always supported you. And then Anakin kind of, like, did, but kind of didn't.
Well, he did. He just warned Rex that, like
anyone could have done that.
Yeah, no, I know. Like, he was by Rex's side, but he didn't shut up about his questions, which I think is fair. You know, and I think it was fair of Anakin, because he didn't tell Rex no, but he said, like, we might find something you don't want to find. Yeah. Which is something similar he said to Ahsoka when they were looking for Plo Koon in season 1 in the Malevolence arc.
Yeah. That's true. So, I thought that was nice. And then they go in, and then I knew it. Okay, I knew that. Okay, I didn't watch, like, the unfinished episodes at all. Like, I think I watched, like, the first episode, but, like, half of it, because I couldn't take, like, all the unfinished animation.
When I watched the unfinished ones, I got through the Bad Batch arc, and I got partially through the Utapau arc, and I couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah.
It hurt to watch.
So I didn't watch all of it. And my dad was like, you knew that was going to happen. And I was like, I mean, I did know, but, like, I didn't know, you know, like, so I had a feeling that they were going to, like, have some kind of crazy, like, cool, like, well, it's not cool. It's sad, but, you know, he's connected to a computer or something. Mm-hmm. And then someone's making lunch downstairs. Okay. So I thought that was really cool, but it's really sad, but it's really cool. So they walk in, and, like, Echo comes out, and he's, like, connected to, like, this pod or whatever. And that was so crazy and scary and cool, and, like, I loved it. And I was also sad for Echo. But then Tech, who's the best, was able to unplug him. And Echo doesn't remember anything besides when he, like, supposedly had died and, like, got blown up. So that was scary. But then I thought it was kind of funny when, like, he immediately gets unplugged and then all of a sudden he has personality again. And I was like, okay, well, some people heal faster than others.
The reels, that scene in the reels did not It was, very similar, of course, but it did not prepare me emotionally for how he would actually look, like, fully animated.
Oh, yeah.
It was, like, it was scary, honestly. It was heartbreaking. It was. Just, like, even, like, at the end, still, when he's lined up with other clones, he's so much more pale and gaunt. It just hurts.
And, like, super, like, he wasn't fed, probably, and so and I hated, like, that guy, what is, Wat Tambor? He was like, oh, my experiment. I was like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna murder you.
Wat Tambor, I just, for some reason, just because of, like, his appearance and also his behavior in the Ryloth arc, I always have a hard time taking him seriously because I just think he looks so, like, I don't know what it is about him. Like, it's a good design. I just can't take him seriously.
He had a glow up, I heard.
He did a little bit. But, like, but I don't know. He's just, like,
I just always hated him.
He's just a funny little dude to me. Like, I obviously really hate him for what he did to Echo, but, like,
I don't like how he walks, too.
He's goofy. He's a goofy man.
Goofy boy. But they find Echo, and I thought the most scary scene, like, that episode, like, so they're going and they have to escape. And they find, like, a vent because Echo has all the information on this base and on the Separatists and stuff, and I thought that's awesome. And so they go and up into the vent, and, like, Wrecker's throwing everyone. But Wat Tambor sends in a droid that, like, is making holes and, like, going through. And I thought that was, at first I was like, no one could fit through there. What does that do? and then I realized, I was like, oh, never mind. It's just, they're just sending in the droid. So they go, and Wrecker is still on the ground. I was like, Anakin, why did...
I really thought Wrecker was gonna, like, sacrifice himself. I was like, why did they change? Because, like, he does die in the reels. So at first I was like, he's not, like, he'll be fine. He didn't die in the reels. And then, like, the droid kept coming, and I was like, oh my god, what if they changed this too?
Yeah, and I thought he was so scary because I was like, Anakin, why didn't you just throw him up? Like, what? And then Anakin goes up, and then the droid comes in and starts electrocuting everything. And Wrecker's throwing bombs. And they're like, Wrecker, what are you doing? And I was like, that's what everyone says when they're about to sacrifice himself.
I was so scared.
And then he was like, oh, I'm just blowing stuff up. And then, like, Anakin, like, forces him up. And that was terrifying and scary. And I was scared. Like, this whole arc, I was scared for Wrecker because then he was saying how he had, like, a fear of heights, which me too. And they're escaping, and they have to walk across this long, like, tube outside. And he's like, I'm not gonna look down, I'm not gonna look down. And I was so scared for him. I was just worried the entire time for Wrecker, because then they, like, I thought he was gonna fall, or, something. And then Tech does a mating call. And calls those things over. And then they jump down, and then they went back to that village. We didn't talk about that village, but it's not that.
The village with the people who their language sounds like pitched down, slower Animal Crossing speak.
Excuse me.
It sounds like that, though. I'm not insulting it. I'm just saying they sound like Animal Crossing villagers.
No.
Just, like, pitched down and a little slower.
No, that's definitely what it sounds like. But my dad just thought that what they were saying was, like, backwards.
It sounds like Animal Crossing.
I don't want to play Animal Crossing right now. I'm just going to hear that. Motorcycles!
For once, there's no motorcycles on your side.
Yeah. So then they go down, and I thought it was kind of... how my dad was explaining it on the podcast, it sounded really funny, because they were like, hey, you brought war upon us, and then Rex goes up and he's like, but look what happened to my man, look what happened to him.
My boy, look what they've done to my boy.
He's not even full human no more. And then they were like, oh, that's pretty bad, let's fight.
And then They did,
And
and there
they
was
did,
those
and so
weird-
many of them
I
died, and I
know.
was so sad.
And then there was the flying droids, the flying battle droids, because
They fly now.
yes, they fly now. Because I remember I was watching, because I watched it on my own, and then I came back from college and watched it with my dad, and he hadn't seen it yet, and we were watching it, and in like the earlier part of the episode, he was like, "Why don't they just have normal battle droids?" And I was like, "You'll see." And then they were flying, and he was like, "Oh."
No, the first time we saw it, because we're trying to watch it Saturday mornings because Saturday mornings, Star Wars, Clone Wars. So what did I do? Oh, like me and my dad looked at each other right when they jumped off and started flying, and we were both like, "They fly now." And
I thought that the second time I watched it, but I can't say I did the first time.
Yeah, but then I thought back. Me and my dad thought back, and we were like, when Wrecker threw them off, why didn't they fly?
Because they didn't. Didn't feel like it.
They just, and I felt so bad because there's so much personality in them, and it's always so. I always feel so sad when they die.
For the battle droids?
Yeah, I mean they just have, like, they can make personality, you know?
I thought when Mace Windu was trying to like
Oh
get them
yeah.
to make peace, I was like, wow, this is cool. They don't usually do this in Clone Wars, and then it didn't work, and I was like, ah.
That's why. Yeah. So they go, and then Echo comes back, and Mace is like, they still know what we're gonna do, and then Echo's like, I got you, and then they go and they have this super great plan to get on Trench's ship and like blow it up, I guess. And,
Well,
and then Mace does the thing, and I was like, what is he doing? And they were listening. They were like listening to him, and I was like, maybe they will. And then they did not.
and Obi-Wan was like, well, you tried. And Obi-Wan's going gray now. Can we point that out? Ahsoka leaves.
Going what?
He's going gray. He has a little bit of gray in his hair.
Oh.
And so, like Ahsoka leaves, and he's just stuck with Anakin on his own, and his hair is just like
Great. I sent you a meme that I myself made, and I am so proud.
You sent it right now? Oh, I see.
Yes.
Ah, nice.
Thank you. My dad thought it was pretty good. And I think it's relevant. Anyway, so they start shooting at him. And, yeah, Obi-Wan is getting gray. And then Eric Echo. Echo was going to, sorry, I keep saying Echo, and he gets alerted.
Echo draws all of the battle droids to where they are, and Mace Windu and Obi-Wan and the 4 clones that have survived are like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Were Kix and Jesse? They were okay.
They're fine, especially
Kix and Cody we didn't see at all ever since Kix dragged Cody out to heal him. But
yeah, but
Jesse's okay.
I know for a fact
Jesse's
Kix
at
is
the
fine.
end. Yes, we definitely know for a fact Kix is fine, and Cody too, for now at least.
Yeah.
So, but I think Jesse was okay.
Yeah.
So, and then Echo electrocutes all the droids, which was pretty great. And do you know what I do think was interesting though? Is the fact that the Republic, the Bad Batch and their little friends, their plan only worked because the Techno Union lied to the Separatists and didn't want to tell them that they lost their algorithm.
Yeah.
I just think it's cool, that it's their own incompetence is their undoing. I mean, really their undoing is Palpatine, but in this case it was their own incompetence.
Yeah. And I thought it was really, that's weird though, because Tech was saying that he was able, I have hiccups, he was able to get it to seem like the signal was from Skako Minor, but then they realized it wasn't somehow.
Well,
so,
they retract the signal. It's probably the initial readout says Skako Minor. Maybe he just changed I'm a programming expert now because I'm taking this programming class. Just kidding. I'm not an expert. But he might have just changed the
Expert.
display, so when it first pops up, it'll say Skako Miner, just like a little
Yeah.
bit of HTML there. But then when they actually track the signal, it's like, oh, it's actually from this,
Okay. Yeah,
That's just
so
what I
then
would think.
they give him, like, the wrong way to, like, fight them, and so they lose, but then Trench has a bomb on the ship, I guess.
On the planet.
Oh,
in the base.
planet?
The bomb was in the base.
Wait.
Because that's why Mace Windu had to
Yes.
deactivate it, because it was
I
in the
keep
base.
thinking that Mace is on the ship. I don't know why. But anyway, so Mace goes and he finds the bomb. And then he's like, it's a ray shield. And I was like, haha, Ray. And then, since he's a Jedi, he can, like, force code things. And Echo is still plugged into one of the computers and is figuring out the codes. And he figures out all the codes except the last one.
Then,
and Anakin's like, I got this. And Anakin goes and, like, threatens Trench. And Trench is like, you're a Jedi. You can't do that.
Goes Vader on him.
Yeah, that was so cool. So terrifying, but cool. And, like chops off his robot arms, which I was like, why did you do the robot arms?
Well, because the robot arms had weapons and stuff in them.
Oh, okay. Should have done all the arms. But anyway. So he threatens
probably hurt
him.
less, and he still wanted him to be, like, conscious. He didn't want him to, like, pass out from the pain.
That's fair. So the Trench gives the last number and then electrocutes Anakin, but
Anakin he stabbed
yeah,
him.
he'd do a stab.
Stabby stab.
He stabs him, and I was like, oh my god, no. And then I was like, why am I surprised about this? Like, he's killed many people as Anakin.
Is Anakin going to go to the dark side? Do you think that's what they're setting up? Oh my god, that would be crazy. What? Wait.
Do you think he's Darth Vader?
He might. What if he is? What if he just puts the mask on?
I know.
Oh my god. And what if Palpatine is Darth Sidious?
No. How could he be in two places at one time?
That's true. Maybe that's too crazy. Actually, you're right. And he's just a little old man. He can't use a lightsaber or anything.
What? No. And he doesn't look that wrinkly.
No. You're right.
Anyway, so what?
What if Padme is Luke and Leia's mom?
I thought she was Rey.
No, yeah, you're right. She is Rey. Right, I forgot.
I feel like we're making fun of so many people right now. Okay.
We are.
Anyway, so what happens? What were we talking about? Oh, so he kills him, and then he, like, falls, and I thought, because, like, his arms go up, and I thought he was gonna die like a spider. I was so excited for him to, like, curl up his little arms and die like that, and then he did not, and I was like, no, you had the perfect opportunity.
Do you ever see that video of a spider in Australia where there's, like, this giant spider and someone smacked it with a broom and a whole bunch of little babies?
Yes!
Like, what if that happened to Trench?
Oh, no! Just a whole bunch of baby Trenches following Anakin.
And they have, like, his outfit on, and they're just like, running after him, like, going at his feet.
No. Oh, that would have been gross. No. Australia's
anyway,
spiders.
How did Steele do it?
Oh, okay, to be fair, he said, like, we were talking about something like that, and he was like, I think America is scarier than Australia. Animals don't have guns. And I was like, that's fair.
Yeah.
But also, like, I wouldn't, like,
spiders.
Yeah. I had a teacher who was from Australia, and she was telling the class one time, she was in our car, and she pulled down, like, the little, what is it? It's like the mirror, like, that's up there.
Yeah.
And, like, a giant spider just landed on her. And she was screaming and screaming, and she ran out of the car, and she didn't go in ever. Oh, it's just terrifying. My dad's friend, they were in the forest. I don't know if they were in Australia, but he was wearing a hat and he just started like he felt something on his head, but he didn't know what it was. And then he started seeing like the legs like
Okay, no more
on
spider stories. I can't take it. Okay. Anyway, oh, and also Anakin when he was leaving grabs a. I guess they had like a self-destruct button on the ship, so
Yeah.
he grabs that.
Yes, and then he's like,
that's
Wrecker
in a
will be really
very
happy.
accessible place. Like you'd
Yeah.
think they'd like lock it or something. It's just there. And it like
Yeah.
separatists, like your safety regulations, you need to fix that up because this is not it.
They don't care. Yeah. So then he goes down, they escape, and then he gives it to Wrecker.
And Wrecker's so
And-
happy.
He's so happy. Especially because, like, he wanted to top what Crosshair did.
Yeah.
And
And he
then
did.
he did it. Oh,
Echo
Echo.
agrees.
Echo agrees. That was a very small bark. So, and then Wrecker blows it up, and I thought that was so, so great, and he was so happy.
And it was a
And then-
very colorful explosion. So
was.
Sabine was proud from her.
Yes.
She'd be like 2, but she was proud.
Yeah. So, that was a happy day for Wrecker.
Yeah, so then they get back and they all talk and they're like, "Thanks for saving us, Echo."
Oh,
And
because
then-
they were, like, they doubted him.
Yeah, because they thought maybe like he's still a little bit separatist, but he's
Which,
not.
to be
'Cause Echo's
fair,
a good
I
boy.
kind of figured. I was like, oh, because towards the end of the second episode, it was weird because he was like, oh yeah, just like old times. And then he made a face or something. I was like, what does that mean?
I
And
trusted
then
Echo.
it was fine. Yeah.
I have
you
loved
trusted
Echo
him.
since Rookie aired. He was my favorite, one of my favorite clones. I had his action figure, but Safi stole it from me, and I hated her. Just kidding. I didn't hate her, but I missed my
Sad.
Echo.
Big sad. I have an Echo right here.
I mostly
He's
liked him
not as
because he
great.
had a handprint, and I thought it was cool. But still,
He had a skull this
I
time.
trusted him. Yeah, he had the Bad Batch skull in his armor, which was cool.
Yeah.
He had.
And then the
I
Bad
didn't-
Batch is like,
Not sure how
hey,
I felt about his new armor overall. Like I liked his helmet,
he looked
but
comfy.
the rest of the armor was, I don't know. He just needs
I
to
mean-
gain some weight back, I think, and then it'll be alright.
Yeah, and I think like he's been in so much pain, I bet. So I think he needs comfy right now.
Yeah,
Comfy pajama armor.
pajama armor. No, his armor
Um,
wasn't actually like hard armor. It just looked like it was like those print like pajamas.
Yeah. To make it seem like he was okay. But I thought that scene was really nice that like the Bad Batch were like, if you ever feel like you don't fit in, you know, we're always here. And then Rex, like, I don't know why, it just reminded me of like a puppy. Like he was like, you can go with your friends if you want. And then like he turns and then Echo's like walking over and like they salute and he has his little hand and I was like sad.
It was a good ending.
Yeah, it was.
And now I just need to know what happened to the Bad Batch and Echo after Order 66.
Yeah. My dad was like, what if he asks where's Fives? And like, where is
That's
everyone?
what I was saying. I was saying that to Jonah too. I was like, what if they add a scene where Rex has to tell him that Fives is dead?
Yeah. That would have been big sad.
Also, I wonder if the Bad Batch like
Have the chip?
have the chip, and
Yeah,
even
that's
if
what I
they
was
do,
thinking.
they don't work with Jedi
Yeah, they
like
don't
most of the
like,
time.
and
So like if
and,
Order 66 happens, like what are they gonna do?
and is it like an on and off, like I never understood that part because
So in the
when
canon
it melt-
comics,
uh-huh.
like years, I don't know years, but a little while later, one of the clones that killed Depa Billaba finds Kanan and he's fine and like tries to apologize to him.
Yeah.
So So to me, that means like the chip goes for a little bit and then just stops at a certain point and doesn't activate at all. Because if it was something where like it would activate when they see a Jedi, that clone would have
killed him.
Yeah.
Because it's just weird. Because like when it malfunctioned, it like he saw a Jedi and automatically killed him. And then like because I thought it was like maybe like if they only hear it, like they can, that's when it activates, or does it just like, because like Palpatine was like calling almost everyone.
Yeah, but he also only called commanders, and like when Cody did his thing, he didn't say Order 66 to like the other clones. He just told them to shoot, and they did without question. Where I think if the chip wasn't activated, I think they would have been like, dude, you want us to shoot General Kenobi? What?
Yeah.
So, like, because none of the clones mostly blindly follow orders. You know, even Dogma, whose whole thing was blindly following orders, realized, like, oh, you can't do that, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, yeah, I think, like, maybe, like, Palpatine calling some of the commanders did it, like, activated it, like, maybe activated the ones first where, like, he knew they were with a Jedi, and then just activated all of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, like, maybe when he called them that...
Works.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think about it that hard.
Yeah, I try not to, but then I'm like, huh.
Well, because I would say that he just did one, like, mass call to all of them, but he said Commander Cody to Cody.
Yeah.
So unless he called Cody especially because he knew Obi-Wan being close to Anakin would be a bigger wrench in his plans,
mm-hmm.
and then just did a mass call, because that's a lot of calls. He would have been there for a while.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I feel like there could be, like, a switch, but I have no idea.
I would say maybe he called Cody to get Obi-Wan done first. And then...
Yeah.
Especially because he knew Obi-Wan was going after Grievous, and Grievous could have been useful to him if he survived. Because we know he started the Inquisitor program, and Grievous, even if he can't use the Force, could have been like an Inquisitor.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Interesting thoughts.
Very interesting. But
yeah, so anyway, they did replace I do like the new ending better, because the old ending was a medal ceremony for the Bad Batch and Echo and all of them. And it was like, it's not a bad ending, but it feels less personal than this ending. You know?
what do you... Wait, sorry.
The original ending of the arc was just, they were just doing like a medal ceremony for like the Bad Batch and them. Where I think that having Echo join the Bad Batch this way just felt more personal for the characters, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. And especially because the Bad Batch were saying, like, medals aren't our thing.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, I really like the ending, and I'm really excited for the new arc.
I think we could get a Bad Batch book or comic about them and Echo and what happens with Order 66. That's another
do I
thing
want to see that, though?
Yes. That's another thing I want to know, like, more about the clones after Order 66, because we know Cody probably worked for the Empire, is the impression I got from Rebels, but I could be wrong. And then, like, Rex, Wolf, and Gregor did their own thing. And how did Wolf know to take his chip out? Because we know how Rex knew, so, like, who did he tell? And Gregor, his brain got all messed up, so, like, excused.
Yeah.
Like, did Echo's brain get messed up, too, from the explosion, like Gregor? Because he didn't act like Gregor. Also, how did Rex know to find Gregor? Did R2 tell him? What if R2 told him? Because R2 went with Bail Organa. What if R2 sent a message with, like... Whoa.
I don't know. I would like to know how Wolf got it, besides, like, Dave was like, I want
Dave's
Wolf.
Because Rex, Wolf, and Gregor is the most... really doesn't make sense as a trio.
No.
But, like, it's Dave's faves, so...
Yeah.
I think also Greg is great. I mean, it's a great combo.
Well, I'm
I
not
love all those
arguing with
characters,
that.
but
Yeah. I
yeah,
think they work well together.
absolutely, yeah. Um, but I wanted to know like what other clones made it out okay. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and it's interesting.
Very interesting. We should
So
ask
many
Dave.
clone questions.
We should ask Dave then.
Just Dave. If I knew Dave like at a personal level, he would hate me because I just ask him so many questions all
No.
the time. I'd be like, I'd like call him at midnight, like, hey, I have a question about Jesse.
Why is his name Jesse?
Where did he hear the name Jesse? Also, how's Cut LaQuaine doing?
Dead in a ditch.
He's in Aftermath, or he's mentioned in Aftermath.
Wait, Cut LaQuaine.
The deserter clone.
Oh, never mind. I thought of someone else.
Who do you think of?
Whomst the guy Ahsoka liked. What is his name?
Lux?
Wait.
Lux is dead in a ditch for all
Yeah.
I know. Lux, I don't
Yes.
care what happened to Lux. Lux can go to hell.
No, don't care either. Yes. That's why I said that. So Cut LaQuaine I love though.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did Cut do to Lizzie?
No, I love Cut. But Lux can no. I'm good.
This is not a Lux Bonteri fan podcast.
No, it's not. He's just not that great.
He's awful. Yeah, no, Dave would hate me because I just call him all the time or text him all the time and be like, hey, what about this? Hey, what about this? He would block me and I wouldn't even know because I'd just be like, keep texting him questions.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was really funny because his wife, I think, posted something and it was like, they were out to at lunch and they hear this family, these parents and this one adult kid and he was and the kid they were talking about the virus and the kid was like, well, if we just do this and then Dave was like, oh yeah, he's gonna fix it. It was so funny.
I think we just need to do what they did in the Blue Shadow virus.
Yes, I don't remember what they did. They just kept it contained.
It was all in a bunker. Yes.
Yeah, can't really do that anymore.
No. Blue Shadow virus. That's okay. StarWarsGeekGirl.com. I wrote an article about why you cannot skip the first 2 seasons of Clone Wars. And everyone should read it because I'm so sick of hearing people tell other people, because I've been trying to convince people to get Clone Wars or to watch it, and they'll be like, yeah, but you can just skip the first 2 seasons. I'm like, no, don't do that. You cannot do that.
Yeah.
So I got
the only
so
time
sick
I
of
say
it.
that is for Steven Universe, because Steven Universe season 1 was not that good.
I got so sick of hearing people say that all the time that I wrote an article about why you cannot and should not do that. So go to StarWarsGeekGirl.com and read that. Because I don't think anyone did. So.
I will read it.
Thank you.
And I will post it on the self-promotion of the Go-Getter crew.
Excellent.
Yes.
So it's on Twitter, too. I posted on Twitter. I mean, I posted a link to it on Twitter, not the whole thing on Twitter. That would be a really long
It's on
Twitter
the
thread.
website, right?
Yes.
Geek Girl.
The website, we need to update it, because there's a sign that says we're going to be on the podcast stage at Celebration Orlando today. So we do need to fix that. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, go read my thing.
Post the memes that I make.
Now that I have all the time in the world, mostly kidding, not really. But no, actually my work doesn't open until June, so I don't have anything to do. So I'll update the website.
Don't have anything to do either. Okay, hold on, wait, this is irrelevant, but my dad wants me to post it on our what's it called? The Rogue Rebels website. And it's there was a project that we did. It was for mythology, and we had to do a hero's journey. So guess who I did?
Who?
Archex from freaking Phasma and Black Spire.
Nice.
Because he's my baby boy. He's my poor baby. And it's like a few pages long. And it had to be like the whole, like the hero's journey, like rejecting the call to adventure and stuff and all that good stuff. It's like a few pages long. I wonder if I can find it now. So I need to edit it because I was kind of late on it. Like, process essay? Piece essay? Is that the one? I don't remember. But this is it. It's how many pages? 4, 5, 7,
Many
9?
pages.
9 pages. And it's just about Archex. And I'm gonna edit it because I'd like finished it, but it was like quickly finishing it. So I need to like go back and edit it, and then I'll post it on the Rogue Rebels. And then if you want, we can post it on the Star Wars Geek Girl.
Yeah.
Yes? Okay.
Yes, to send it over. And it will be done.
You can edit it too. I'm gonna share it with you.
I'm not gonna edit your stuff.
I'm not
nice.
good at the writings.
You mean like grammar editing or like?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
And just like because
I can do that if you want me to, but
I mean, if you're bored in quarantine,
yeah,
you know,
maybe.
Yeah. So there's that.
Yeah, read our stuff, and also read the thing I wrote like a while back about cinematography and Kanan, because no one read that either. So read that one too if you want to love me.
Yes. What was your email again?
I'll tell you. Oh no, actually my Star Wars Geek Girl email is zoe@starwarsgeekgirl.com. So you can email me there if you want. If there's something you'd like a discussion about on the podcast. So.
Yes. Rogue Rebels got one email.
No, well, Star Wars Geek Girl is 0 emails so far, so if anyone would like to change that, go ahead. Zoe at starwarsgeekgirl.com.
No, our email was, it said, here's one email. And it just said, it talked about Echo, Lil, and us. And it was someone we knew. But it's okay. I still good. Oh well. Yes. That's it.
Yeah. So your hero's journey essay, I see it.
You see it?
I made a video in high school about Ezra's hero's journey.
Yay.
It was
a fun time. Did you send that to me?
I think so. It was last year.
Yeah.
Or 2 years ago. It was 2 years ago.
Motorcycle.
Yeah, there's several motorcycles. I think they're going back and forth down Broad Street.
Yeah. I can get rid of this Miss Christie. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a podcast.
That is a podcast.
Almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
Right?
We're doing pretty good. So, yes. This is the last podcast I'll have from this dorm room. Sad. But.
Big sad.
Oh well. So, thank you. We finally podcasted again. We will try to do so more often in the future. In the future times. Stay safe and healthy, people. Wash your hands.
Yeah. Wash your hands.
Which you should be doing anyway.
Yeah, but
just
like
in general, just wash your hands. Like even when there's no virus, just wash your hands.
Yeah, 20 seconds or more is good. Stay healthy. Like I'm gonna try to start doing exercises because I'm like really bored and I need to do something.
Before I came here, because we have like free gyms for students, and before I came here I was like, I'm gonna go to the gym every morning before class. I've not stepped foot in that gym once. So
yeah, I'm sure the CIA is gonna have like a gym, but I'm just never gonna go because I like exercising in groups, like when I did Taekwondo, but then I'm also like, I also don't, because I'm like, someone's judging me, like I'm doing a squat wrong or I'm doing jumping jacks wrong.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of days where I'll just walk to like Center City and back every day, which is like 6 miles total. So I think I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to get a lot of walking when I went to work.
Yeah. So, stay safe. Wash your hands again. Just do it. Just
Don't
please
hoard toilet paper.
Don't hoard toilet paper. Or if you've already hoarded it, don't get any more.
And don't sell it, please.
Or sell it like
apparently
at a discount.
Canada.
Sell it at, like, don't try to gouge people on toilet paper.
Yeah.
It's so evil.
In Canada, there was a few people that made like $700,000 or something.
See,
crazy.
Why am I getting a degree when I could just be selling toilet paper for a living?
I know.
Yeah.
So you have something in your eye.
Yeah. So
yeah.
that was a Star Wars talk. We got Resistance, Mandalorian, and Clone Wars. We did it.
Yeah.
We're caught up.
We can maybe podcast a little more in detail later, or we can. I'm being forced to read these comics, which they're like pretty good. They're Star Wars adventure comics, and there's one that I read so far, and it's like Kylo and Hux, and they're like on a planet, and they have to work together. It's really strange but good. And I love the art of it. It's so cute, and like Ren just has such a baby face, but it's a long baby's face. And like Hux looks like a chipmunk, but
nice.
It's okay.
Yeah. I do need to read Star Wars comics. I'm reading books right now, so I just finished Thrawn Alliances, which I really liked. I wasn't crazy about the first Thrawn book just because I'm not that much into Thrawn.
Yeah.
But I really love Thrawn Alliances. Maybe because I read it while I was like watching Clone Wars, like rewatching Clone Wars around the same time. So I was just in like Anakin Skywalker mode. And Anakin, of course, and Padme are both amazing in that book. And Anakin's a little scary. But they talk about Ahsoka. And anything with Ahsoka in it just gets a plus for me.
I see.
Especially next week. We're getting more Ahsoka. And I'm so happy. But yeah, so Thrawn Alliance is good.
I need to finish Crash of Fate. Because
Yeah.
it's like, I like did an audiobook of it, but I want to actually read it again. I feel like could have been like, because it's basically Lost Stars, but on Batu.
Nice.
And like, honestly, kind of just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
this sounds weird, but I wish it was like an LGBT like relationship. But
Thrawn Alliance is good.
I heard it's good.
It's really
good.
good.
I
It's
don't think I
Padme.
could read it.
Yeah,
Like,
although
it
it is
seems-
funny when Anakin first meets Thrawn, one of the first things he thinks is, does this being just love being pretentious and annoying other people? And I'm like, yes, Anakin, exactly.
Yes.
But Thrawn treason is really painful for me to read because it takes place while Hera's being captured and tortured. Currently, like, he's talking about, like, he's like, yeah, Price is taking care of General Syndulla, and I'm like hurting inside. It's so bad.
Yeah.
And also Krennic's in it, and Krennic's a big baby, which is great because that's what he is.
Big baby.
He is. He's like, he just throws like a temper tantrum because he's having trouble with Minox disrupting death, or not Minox. It's like Minox, cousins of Minox, like, and messing up with the Death Star building, and they tell Thrawn to fix it. And if Thrawn fixes it in a week, he gets more funding to the TIE Defender project. But if he doesn't fix it in a week, then then that money goes to Stardust. And Krennic is like throwing a fix. He's like, I want Thrawn to fix all my problems, but I don't want him to get the money. So I'm sending someone to like make sure it takes him longer than a week to fix it.
Yeah.
Because Krennic's a big baby.
Big baby.
But the Thrawn books are, even if I'm not a huge Thrawn person, they are good insight into how the Empire was just utterly dysfunctional in the upper levels, because they all just were in it for themselves.
Yeah.
Which I think is just cool to look at.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different perspective. But yeah, anyway.
Is resting his head on my foot.
He's like, he wants me to shut up.
No.
So, yeah, I think that was a podcast.
Me too.
So, I was Zoe.
I was Lizzy.
Thank you for
It's
listening.
been a while.
Yeah, it has. Thank you for listening to Star Wars Geek Girl. Catch up on all your Star Wars reading and watching while we're all locked away for the time being.
Stay safe.
Stay safe. Wash your hands.
Always.
Please.
All the time.
Yeah. Even after the virus stuff is like over or whatever, just still wash your hands.
Yeah.
Please.
Star Wars Geek Girl promotes good hygiene.
Yes. Make sure you follow the Star Wars Geek Girl on Twitter and Facebook and all that. Except Instagram. We don't have an Instagram.
I should ask my dad if I can have an Instagram finally, and I'll just do Star Wars Geek Girl on Instagram.
Yes. That would be great. Because, yes. Yeah, and I mean, if you're listening to this show, I guess I don't need to tell you where to listen to us.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, huh? When I always hear that, I'm like, but where are
So,
But
yes. I mean, if you want to listen to us again on a different platform, we're on SoundCloud and iTunes, and I think we're on Spotify now, which is cool.
ooh,
One of the big wigs, right?
yeah.
I don't use Spotify for podcasts, though.
I don't use Spotify. I use Pandora.
I use the free version of Spotify. I don't pay for it. I don't have the Spotify Premium. I have ads and can't listen without Wi-Fi.
Oh.
But
On Pandora, you can listen for 30 minutes of your own music if you look at one ad. It's pretty great.
I use Amazon Music on my phone because we have Amazon Prime. But I use Spotify on my computer because I don't know how to log into Amazon Music on my computer.
Yes.
Yes. So, yeah, anyway, thank you for listening and supporting the Poodcast. Go follow the Rogue
Poodcast.
Rebels on everything.
Yes. Send us emails.
Yeah.
Both in Rogue Rebels and Star Wars Geek Girl.
Yeah, you can send something just for me for Zoe at StarWarsGeekGirl.com. And then there's like general podcast stuff, the podcast at StarWarsGeekGirl.com. And I think my dad set up a Lizzy one email, but I don't think we ever actually like had you link it to your email.
Oh.
So that would just actually go.
I mean, they can. We'll
talk about getting that link to your email so you can actually get the emails.
Yeah. I mean, I have another email that's like technically my Rogue Rebel email, but it has Sabine in it.
Yeah, so if you send one to Lizzy at StarWarsGeekGirl.com, it won't actually go anywhere for now. But yeah, you can send one to me or to the general podcast.
Do it.
Yeah, do it. Email us. Tell us what to talk about. And do that
Tell
for the
us
Rogue Rebels, too.
Your deepest, darkest secrets.
Well, not your deepest, darkest. But you can tell us a secret, I guess, if you really want to.
And we won't say it on the podcast.
No. Well, unless
tell
you
us
want
your thoughts on Clone Wars and Resistance and
the
Mandalorian. Send us memes.
Yeah, Star Wars memes. Send us things to talk about. Preferably things that won't just make us mad and go on a rant like we did with the Rise of Skywalker last time.
Yeah, but it's kind of fun.
Kind of, but you could, of course, can just send us things we might like. Send Baby Yoda.
Yes, send Baby Yoda. And honestly, because we're all gonna be locked up, if you need to talk to us, and we'll technically talk to you on the podcast. Yeah.
Yes.
So.
Well, I guess we're finally done now.
Yes.
So we stretched this to be just over 2 hours.
Wow.
So, I was Zoe.
I was Lizzy.
And that was Echo over there.
Yeah, he just left.
Oh, okay. Bye, Echo.
He was like, I was Echo.
Thank you for listening to Star Wars Geek Girl. May the Force be with you, and goodbye.
Bye.
We did it. Where's my
Click.
mouse?
Star Wars Geek Girls. They're geek girls that like Star Wars. And sometimes cry.